And what else?
Atlas has no spinous.
All those little things that point out in my hand.
It does, they're just flat on this one, like soft. What is it, what's it missing? Body, has no body, all alone.
There's nobody.
Nobody. Which one is this? Axis. Good. So this is, Atlas is which cervical?
C1.
C1. Axis
C2.
is C2. Axis, what's the name of this point that's specific for it? Point on the top. Nope. Nope, it's only on C2. If you wrote it down when we talked about it, it's not a picture of it in your book, in your lab book.
The dens?
The dens, good. Dens is only on C2. And what is the purpose of the dens, anybody remember?
For rotating.
Right, allows, yes, both of you are right. So we have the rotation, since the Atlas has no body, the dens fits on in there and allows it to rotate, hence axis, right, axis of rotation. So that allows rotation. The skull on C1 allows nodding, right, doing that motion. So those two are rather unique cervicals. And then somebody said the other unique thing about the cervicals was, what was the name, the term for the spinous that has 2 points?
Bifid.
Bifid, good, that's not a great example, but it's got it, bifid process. And they also have what on them compared to the other cervicals?
6 of the, or 4 of the.
Everything has facets, but no, not the 6. Look at it. Transverse foramina. What is a transverse foramina?
A hole that things go through.
A hole things go through that are located in the what? What part of the vertebra?
The transverse.
The transverse, hence the name. Transverse foramina, meaning these transverse processes have this hole in it, and what goes through the hole?
Arteries and veins.
Arteries and veins. Good. So, because the other guys have bigger transverses, these things here, the wings or whatever you want to call it, and those are transverse. On the cervicals, they're smaller, but they have a hole through it. So do you have the holes on the sides of the transverse on any of these guys? On this guy? No. Okay. Only the cervicals have a transverse foramina. And what did we say about the shape of the vertebral foramina?
Triangular?
Triangular. And why is that?
Nerves for the legs.
Nerves for the limbs. Yes, the limbs, the upper limbs. Good. So then, I have 2 guys. Which one would you say this one is?
The giraffe one.
Oh, the drumstick one.
Yes, which one's the giraffe looking one?
Thoracic.
Thoracic, good. So it's got a long, sharp, pointy spinous. The vertebral foramen is circular because there's no limbs, right? And this one is what? What does it have that's special for this guy?
Extra force.
That one's got the extra facets. So what are they for? What do you use them for?
For the ribs.
Got it. Ribs. Yes, it has extra ones. They're for ribs. So we have tops and top. Well, this doesn't fit right, but it has top and bottom for these to lock. The facets, by the way, are the joint right here that allows these to lock and flex. But it's got them right out here on the transverses for your ribs. Right in here, the ribs come in. So it has 6 facets instead of 4. Okay, so everybody else is gonna have 2 top, 2 bottom. Good. And then, so which is this? Which section?
A lumbar.
Lumbar, and you know this because it's what? Got what? It's thick? Huge, yeah, really big body, it's thick.
Looks like a moose.
Yeah, there you go. Got a moose, it's got a big blunt nose on it. The facets are gonna be taller. So those are gonna be your biggest ones down there. And then we have, what was this called? The triangle?
Sacrum.
Say it?
You talking about the sacrum?
Sacrum. Okay, that triangle part is the sacrum. The pointy part will be on the outside. And then what's the very tip?
Okay.
Cox. Good. So that is the spine. What is this thing?
Shoulder blade, scapula.
Scapula, good. How do you know which side is lateral and which side is medial? What's on the lateral?
Medial is the curve.
Okay, yep, the curve is the medial side, so it's gonna be in toward the spine, it'll be what, glides around when you're moving. What was the name of this big point up here?
Acromion.
Chromium. And that's gonna be where your clavicle will go in. Okay. That's where your clavicle sits. What is the other guy right here? Coracoid, good. That's where your pec, you'll see your pec, one of your pec muscles next week when we do muscles. And what is this hole here? Hmm?
Glenoid.
Glenoid, what goes in there? Do you know?
That's where your.
Glenohumeral, we're gonna look at that today, so your shoulder joint. You see it right there. So your shoulder is not very much of a joint, really, I mean, this is pretty flat. When you look at how it sits in there, that's why with so many shoulder injuries, it's all muscles, those rotator cuffs that we're gonna learn, are what actually hold it in there. There's not much else can do it. Good, and then what was this piece here in the back called? Spine of the scapula. Good, make sure you, note that, the spine of the scapula, not some of the other ones. All right, any question on those? Good. Then we had, what is this? Sternum, good, what's the top part? Manubrium. Body. Xiphoid. And what do we call the first 7 ribs?
True ribs.
True ribs, good. And why were they true?
Because they attach to the sternum.
Because they directly attach with their cartilage into the sternum. The other guys come cartilage up to meet cartilage to get into the sternum. The first 7 are true. What are the other guys called, 8 through 12?
False.
False. Good, and then we have 11 and 12 that have their own designation, and that was floating, because they don't come all the way around, they just hang out here. Very good. So, no questions on any of that stuff?